Andy Irvine coming to you from my crib one more time. Today I'm going to talk to you about playing with clean technique. It's one thing that I think that I've kind of accomplished pretty well in my own playing over the years. And what I'm always trying to do is I'm trying to eliminate any extra notes ringing through that I don't want ringing through, meaning I just want the specific notes that I'm playing to come through. And the way that I've done that is by a couple of different types of muting, using both my left and my right hands. And I'll just kind of demonstrate a couple of ways that to show you what I'm talking about. But if you notice with my right hand here, as I'm playing with my fingers, first of all, I try to keep my fingers all facing north and south. I'm not out here like this. I keep the hand like this. Even if I'm just using the first two fingers. But if you look closely, look where the pinky is. See that pinky? That's preventing the E string from having any overring when I'm playing on the A, D, and G strings. So that pinky is acting as a mute. Now the other thing that I might do, that I do often, is I bring my thumb over to grab the E. It's just gently sliding over the top of the neck. Now, some would say that the proper technique is with the thumb in the back and all stretched out. And okay, that's one way of looking at it. But I don't necessarily go by the rules. I go by what works for me and how I get the tone that I'm looking for. I think that every player has their own way of playing, and rules are cool, and you can certainly get stuff from learning the proper technique or whatever. But what I've done is found the way that it sounds the best. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I bring that thumb over. See, when I have to go like this and bring my elbow way down, it's a little bit uncomfortable. So if I'm in the groove, it's easier and more comfortable for me to just reach over with the thumb than it is to drop my elbow and bring that first finger up to grab the low F, particularly on the 5 string. So you see the pinky is there helping to mute as well. And another thing that I'm doing, that thing about keeping the fingers straight, is I believe that the arm, the action of your fingers plucking on the strings originates way up here in your back and in your shoulder. So by keeping them real straight, I'm able to remain comfortable. So I'm not way out here. I'm not just like this with the fingers way off. I'm straight, fingers shooting down. I recently was hanging out with some cats out with the Warwick family, and I was kicking it with my friend Alfonso Johnson, and I watched him play, and he has a technique where he uses his thumb across the front side to accomplish the same thing. he explained in his clinic that he was trying to clean up his technique, and because when he went into the recording environment, there was a bunch of, this is many years ago, the engineer had to go in and do some cleaning up, and he said, God, I want to be able to clean up my tone myself and get rid of all that extraneous overing and things like that. So his method was to leave the thumb across the front side. I do it with the pinky in the back. See where that pinky is? It's preventing that E from accidentally ringing. As soon as I shift up to these strings, higher strings, the pinky is either on the A or the E muting. So that's just a couple of things that maybe you could find useful to help you clean up your tone and clean up your technique so that just the notes you want are coming through. Now, the other thing here in this equation is that sometimes you want the you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes those ghost notes, glissando, clicking, and things like that, sometimes that's part of the music and the feel that you're trying to cop. And, you know, of course you want those things to be able to poke through too. But by cleaning up that technique and really focusing on just the notes and just the rhythmic stuff that you want to come through, it's going to come out of the amp tighter, it's going to lock with the drummer tighter, it's going to go to tape better, and it's going to groove harder. So I hope that's helpful, and it's you know, something that you might be able to dig and find useful. All right, y'all, peace.